Hi, folks. My name is Randy Acker, and I'm a director in the Disability Support Program. And I was a lead on the closure of Harbourside, and I worked with Wendy Street, who's here with me, and she's going to do a little bit of this as well, on the closure and all that involved. And so I've got a few slides, and we're here to celebrate the fact that we have been able to close Harbourside and transition so many people out into community living a life that they've chosen to live. So I'm going to ask for the next slide. There we go. Thank you. So Harbourside, it was a 3-year endeavor on everyone's part, with DSP and service providers working collaboratively to make this happen. And we are excited to announce that Harbourside is now closed and that the participants have all transitioned out and into community. And this represents the first closure in Nova Scotia, setting a path for our future facility closures. And we're very, very excited by that. I'll get the next slide up. Exactly. So we're here today because it was a journey and it involved many, many people, and the success was due to the fact that everyone worked together. Teamwork was key for this process. It involved many, many, many people behind the scenes from all agencies and all walks of life. There were shared goal. It was really important that we all had a shared goal that moving participants to the community was the right thing to do. And it involved communication. It was huge that we had many, many, many meetings, and it involved open and honest communication amongst all the players who were at the table for this purpose. The commitment required for this was extreme, and we never wavered in our goal of trying to make this happen. And I think it was very, very important that we had that commitment on all levels, amongst all service providers, amongst everyone who was involved in this. And most important, I leave it for the end, is that this was our first opportunity of offering participants a choice. They chose where they wanted to live, and they chose who would provide the services for them. And so it was a huge milestone for the DSP, and we're so appreciative of everyone's efforts to make this happen. And I'm going to introduce now a video from Joyce d'Entremont, who was this, I say was because Harbourside is closed, was the CEO for Harbourside at the time. And she's going to give us some words on the experience that she went through and felt as this unfolded. Thanks. And over to the video for Joyce.
Joyce d'Entremont, CEO of Mountains and Meadows Care Group. 3 years ago, the Department of Community Services came to us to close the first ARC in this province, Harbourside Lodge. Initially, my first reaction was one of fear. How will we do this? No other ARC or RRC had ever closed in this province. How would we ensure that our participants had a voice at every table? I had more questions than I had answers. We quickly identified that we needed a community transition coordinator, and we hired a social worker. The role of that person was to ensure that the residents had a voice at every step of the way. The Department of Community Services, Mountains and Meadows Care Group, along with other service providers, all came to the table and all worked very hard for a smooth transition of our 34 participants at Harbourside to community living. Now that Harbourside Lodge have closed, we can honestly say that we see that our participants are truly living their best lives, completely reintegrated in the community. Anybody that has visited one of our homes can tell you that the participants are so happy to show their bedrooms and their beautiful homes and their spaces that they picked the colors and decorated themselves. They also enjoy activities such as swimming at the pool, camping trips, weenie roast, and many more activities of daily living that we all take for granted each day. Our participants are truly happy, and we have evidence of this every day. Another example of community reintegration is one participant that lived at Harbourside Lodge would not join in any activities outside of Harbourside itself, so would not go to community outings. And a little at a time, the staff were able to encourage him to start going to see hockey games, which he truly enjoys. And I was told last week that he is has his tickets for all the Mariners game in the next season. So with a big smile on his face, he's now going to the Mariner Center to watch the hockey games in Yarmouth. So we're very, very proud of him. Some of our participants that have transitioned to community living are showing increased independence. Also, we see that they're sharing their ideas of what would be fun for them to do. An example would be going to the supermarket and shopping and buying ingredients for a specific meal that the participant wanted to cook for the rest of the participants in the home. This participant was very proud of her shopping trip and also very proud to share a special recipe with the rest of the participants in the home.
Hi, good morning. I'm Wendy Street. I am the Disability Support Program Specialist for Western Region, and I work out of the Bridgewater office. And I had the pleasure of working on the Harbourside Lodge closure project. I spent a lot of time at the beginning with participants and service providers. At one point in time, Randy said I was his assistant. He would give me most of the work to do, I think. Can I have the next slide there? So the participants from Harbourside got to choose the area where they would like to move. And this map gives you a picture of where the homes are located. So we had 10 homes that were built out of the Harbourside Lodge closure project. We have 4 in Yarmouth, 2 in Shelburne, 1 in Digby, 1 in Kentville, 1 in Halifax, and 1 in Bridgewater. We also had one participant at Harbourside Lodge who was slated to go. She chose to move into one of the Yarmouth homes, and in the end actually moved into our independent living support and is living in community supported by one of our service providers in Yarmouth. Can I have the next slide, please? So this project was definitely a journey. As Randy said, it was 3 years in the making. And we could stand up here and talk to you about how wonderful it is. But I think the best way to do that is to show you some of the participants and their stories. So we have a little video for you with the participants so they can tell you what this journey has meant for them. The video, please.
I'm here with Jacob Cherry. He is a resident at Elysium House. Jacob, how are you liking the new facility at Elysium House?
New facility, like the town's pretty great. It has like the coolest, most delicious pizza shop.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
Hey George, this is George. He's one of our residents in the Elysium House in Shelburne. Since you've been here, George, you have been able to land a job. And what is the job that you do now?
I do garbage pickup and unloading.
And how do you enjoy that?
I'm learning from it. You know, it's just start. It started so far.
And it's good money in your pocket.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Allie.
Laura Stoddard from Ariel. And Laura, what does it mean to you to move to Shelburne?
Closer to my family and my old job, my old friends.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And less people, less people in the unit.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
3 guys against 1 girl. 3 girls against 1 guy.
And in the smaller homes, I have way more time to interact with the residents, which is my biggest joy.
Option homes, we have that time. We can bond with them and we can learn about their lives. We can take them places. For instance, the resident that I take to the gym, I'm seeing real big improvement. He loves it, and we can actually do that, and I like the time spent with them.
When we were made aware of the Harbourside closure as a service provider in this area, we were thrilled, we were ecstatic, and we knew that we wanted to be part of the transition. We just weren't sure in what capacity. Any change can cause a lot of anxiety and fear, especially one of this magnitude. So just being respectful of that and aware, and honestly building the rapport and the trust of the individuals moving. We were honored that these individuals trusted us enough to help them through this process. They are out enjoying community, they're enjoying new experiences as they should be, and we're thrilled. We're certainly celebrating right alongside of them.
I'm Tara Cook, and I'm a project manager for Dora Construction, and I am looking after the Disability Support Program. The locations of the DSP homes are Sackville, Kentville, Bridgewater, Chester, Sydney, and there's 2 in Middleton. The inspiration for the Disability Support Program homes was to allow residents who required some accessibility a place to feel home. And the main objective was to have an accessible design, allowing them to participate with staff, as well as bring family members in and invite them in and have meals and have recreation time and privacy as well, just like they were at home.
Hi, my name's Freddie, and I moved from ARC to the supervised apartments, and I get to learn how to cook and clean my room, and then I want to move into the community with iOS, and I work recreation, and I have a job at Tim Hortons.
So I think I can speak for the entire project team. I want to say thank you to the participants and their families and support networks, and the service providers and our project team who was involved in this journey. It was not easy. It was not quick. I particularly want to thank the participants and their families for their patience as we had to make changes and pivot. But at the end of the day, we have folks with disabilities living happily and successfully in their new homes and community, and that makes the journey all worthwhile. Thank you very much.